everybody? It's your girl Pam with 2200 Taps. Dude, it has been a hot minute. It's always a hot minute with me, isn't it? Hey, real quick, first and foremost, just want to apologize to you guys. Here's the thing. If you're following this podcast, I am the only one doing the show. I do all the content until I can find some help. Just bear with me. And honestly, when I'm in a funk or I'm working on myself personally with my mental health or physical health, I end up putting more time in that than I do here on the show. So we're not like most podcasts where it's like you got to schedule it, you got to put out an episode every Friday at 2 p.m. Central or Eastern or Pacific or whatever the hell, right? So I don't do that. I want to make sure that you guys get all of me. I'm as transparent as possible. Yes, there have been a few guests we've had to change their names. They were ready to share their story, however, they were not ready to divulge their names because of family members and so forth, which I respect. So that's not going to be a common thing moving forward, but we did do that with a few stories that we felt were important for you guys to listen to. So that's that. And the other thing I want to let you in on, the reason I'm doing today's episode, I am running solo today. It's been a minute. You know, like I said, I would do an episode about once a month, which is good for me. Guys, if you don't know me, I have been diagnosed with major depressive disorder, anxiety, PTSD. I've got a TBI, and some other physical things that I just don't disclose. But if you know me, you know what I got. Got a lot of shit going on with me. I don't say that because I want you to feel sorry for me. I want to say that so you know all of me. So if you don't hear from me on the podcasts, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I got to make sure I'm okay. But with that said, if you follow us on Instagram at 2200 Taps, 2200 TAPS, I promise you I am more active on that platform than any other platform, than Facebook, than YouTube, than MySpace, if that's still even a thing. Our Instagram page, I'm super, super active. So please make sure to follow us there. Comment, spread the word, spread the reels. I like to have fun on there. I am my own marketing person as well. If you want professionalism from me, you're not going to get it. If you want honesty from me, you're going to get it. And real talk, I think we need more transparency in this world, and just, man, let's find out who we are as people, right? I could be here, be very robotic, read from a script, put the perfect intro and outro music, look like I have my shit together when I don't. I don't want to put on a mask for you guys. I want you to see me good, bad, indifferent, when I'm thriving, when I'm struggling. You're going to see that from me. You're going to hear it from me. So with that, I did want to catch you guys up on some really cool stuff that's been happening with me behind the scenes. Because honestly, I don't post my entire life on the platforms. I just don't. I'm putting my head down and I'm just going, just like most of us, right? So first off, if you do follow me on Instagram, you're going to know I post a lot about the Adaptive Training Foundation, and mostly because I practically live there. I'm there, if not 3 days a week, 5 days a week. That place, I love it for so many reasons. And you know, I tell people, I don't know if you're a believer, but I am. But when you go into that place, it's like you being able to literally see God smiling back at you with how the athletes, you know, that were told they would never walk again, they're walking, or X, Y, and Z again. They're doing it. They're literally defying impossible, and that's their catchphrase on the wall. I don't say that because it's a catchphrase. I say that because I mean it. And then right now they have a hyper class where they brought in some Paralympians and a lot of athletes that are training for the Paralympics. Dude, this guy Nico, he has one leg and he is he's one of the fastest people I think I've ever seen in my entire lifetime. He's got one leg and he plays soccer for the Paralympic team. Jamie Blanick, Jamie, my girl, she's in the hyper class kicking ass. And that's a good little segue to let you know a little bit of what I'm going to tell you today. I'm going to tell you and share with you something that happened yesterday, which if you hear this a month from now, it's, you know, a month ago, or you hear it from a year now, it was a year ago. But real quick, just kind of putting a bow on that. I do post a lot on ATF because that place means the world to me. I love it. What David and the guys have there. They're my family. They're my tribe. among other people here in the DFW Metroplex that I absolutely love and adore. Because my real family, my blood family, is not here. So they keep me on the straight and narrow and pull my suspenders when they need to be pulled. And we have a lot of fun doing it. So that's why I post a lot about ATF. And you're going to see me struggle. You're going to see me laugh. You're going to see us do stupid shit on there. And it's just, that's what this mission's all about, right? Live your authentic self. So what you see is what you get with me and our mission. So getting back to Jamie, I went, I don't know if I should disclose this. I'm going to jump right into what happened. I went to get an oil change yesterday because I think adulting is cool. And as long as you pay your bills on time and everything else, then do whatever the hell you want to do, right? As long as you can adult responsibly. Anyways, I went to this place in not too far from the gym. Actually, literally like a few steps away. For an oil change. And dude, I got into the biggest, I'm not proud of myself, I got into the biggest fight with that assistant manager. So long story short, he said the oil change or whatever would be $60-something. That's all I heard. On top of other things that happened, which I'm not gonna, it's just too much to get into. But when I went to go pay, he's like, oh, it'll be $180-something bucks, and with your discount, $144. I'm like, you freaking kidding me? I'm like, I'm not paying that. Needless to say, it turns out he's trying to join the Army or excuse me, not the Army, because those guys are cool. He's trying to join the Navy. And, yeah, I can see why you bumped heads there. Well, shout out to our Navy guys. Anyways, I was supposed to have a dinner date with Jamie and another friend of ours. And I was like, yo, I'm kind of fighting with this guy, and I might be a little late. And she's like, you need backup? I never told her yes, but all of a sudden I just see Jamie coming over, and she just like walked in. She's like, where is he? I'm like, what? And shout out to Jamie. She had my back as soon as we got in there. And long story short and frustrating story short, I didn't pay that crazy amount, obscene of money. And I went to the same type of place today. It's a franchise, so I went to the same franchise, but a different location, and it was such a pleasant experience. They even told me there's a reason. They knew of that location I was talking about, and they're like, yeah, there's a reason why they've, been through so many managers in the past couple of years. Anyways, so if you're still sticking with me, that's what's happening in my world. Another cool thing that's happening in my world that is amazing. I have had the privilege to be working on a documentary about the Tulsa Race Massacre of 1921. If you don't know about it, dude, go learn what happened. It is brutal. I got picked up to work with an old instructor of mine, actually, to do audio engineering, which is funny because she was my film instructor, but she brought me on for audio. So I was even more happy and thrilled. And what an honor to be around people and learning the history of what happened in 1921 with the massacre and who was affected and how it still affects Tulsa and the community and so many people till this very day. So we were doing that, and here's a crazy story, dude. So my best friend Charity, she's a lead singer with a band out of Chicago, and she's doing a lot of really cool stuff. And we were on the phone one day. I don't know, just this, because this is the kind of shit that happens to us, right? And nobody catches it. We're on the phone. She's feeding her parents cats, and she's like, where's the other freaking cat, Couldn't find this cat. And these cats are like her parents' kids, because her parents are older. She's like, hey, I gotta hang up. I gotta go look for this cat. And I gotta call my dad. I'm like, all right, cool. So I get a text message. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. I get a text message, not even like 5-10 minutes later. She's like, I found the cat dead. I'm like, what? So poor thing, man. She doesn't do well already with a lot of this shit. And then she goes and finds this cat, keeled over. So that happened on top of other stuff. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, what is going on here in this world? And then on top of that, her drummer had some issues, and unfortunately he cannot drum anymore due to some pretty significant health issues. So they're trying to find another drummer. So if you are in the Chicagoland area, go check out Beyond the Blonde Band and go audition if that's your thing. Drumming's your thing. So On top of that, I got to tell you, this morning I had 4 MRIs, which I popped my knee in May of 2022. I'm time stamping this because, I mean, these episodes would be out there for a while, which was just a few months ago. And I finally got in this morning, which is August 11th. So 3 months dealing with the VA and loopholes and all that shit. We did the knee, and then we did my entire spine. So we did 4 MRIs total, and probably the smallest MRI machine I mean, it was huge, but the hole was probably the smallest hole I've ever been in. And whew, almost 3 hours later, man. Thankfully, she gave me a break after each one to just breathe a little bit. That thing was tight. So we got that done, out of the way. And honestly, I've been doing a lot of therapy with my therapist. With One Tribe Foundation. Actually, those guys are amazing. I love those guys, and we're doing some really cool stuff for them pretty soon. But I've been seeing a therapist there, and been working on a lot of stuff, because right now, this very day, so 10 years ago yesterday, I worked my SAR case that just wrecked me. And the case overall was like 48 hours worth of just mayhem. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go on our Instagram page and you'll see the pictures. You'll see what I'm talking about. So 10 years ago today, I was doing search patterns looking for a guy that we lost, and divers found him. And then tomorrow would be 10 years ago, where they found the son on this case where I hung out with. I hung out with him until the ME got there to pick him up. So there's just a lot of shit that comes with trauma. And guys, I'm jumping all over the place because I got so much to share, but I really wanted to get to this. There's so much that comes with trauma. And, I was in therapy yesterday. We did EMDR, which if you've never heard of EMDR, go look it up. It's actually really cool what happens with EMDR. And what I will say is, out of everything that's happened, even in my childhood, till this very day, I've never felt safe. I've never just felt safe. So we've been working on that, and my EMDR session yesterday really helped me with that and through that. And I told my therapist, I'm like, man, it's already been 10 years. I should already be over this shit already, which is it's not what I would tell you guys or anybody else who I know when it comes to trauma. It's like, you should never tell anybody to get over it, because that's not fair. And I've said that, and here I am telling myself I need to get over it. And my therapist called me out of my shit, really. She literally called me out of my shit. She's like, why are you saying that to yourself? And I'm like, look, I've done X, Y, and Z. I keep hitting on this. I've already hit on guilt. I'm like, I feel like I just keep going in circles, And she really helped me realize, this is a lifelong thing. This isn't, oh, we'll be over it in 10 years. I may never get over it. But what I can do is manage it. So I hope anybody that's out there that's struggling with trauma or tragedy, that feels stuck, you're not alone, man. I say that, and I got to repeat that as much as possible so I remember that. We're not alone. And it's not easy. But it's up to us to find people we trust, therapists we trust, or whoever that you trust, and just go there and know you're going to be okay. Just make sure they help pull you out of it and they don't leave you there. That's what I will say. So with that, I'm going to keep this episode kind of short. I just wanted to share with you some of the wins that I had, especially today. One thing I've learned, in my training and with therapy is, everybody has a little boy and a little girl inside of them. If you can go back and remember your little boy, your little girl, how fun we were, how fun they were, how innocent they were before life happened to them, right? Go back and find that little rugrat, and how can we embrace them? How can we love them? And how can we show them hey, I got you. So today, after the MRI shenanigans, I literally felt like my mom gave birth to me again, guys. That hole was so small. It was freaking stupid. I was like, you know what? When I was a little kid, my grandpa, after school, he would take me almost every day after school to go to get a Happy Meal at McDonald's, get a cheeseburger Happy Meal. I'll never forget. It always cost $2.14 every day. Every day. He was so committed to that. When my grandma would ask him for money for bingo, he wouldn't give it to her because he's like, that's her money. That's for her Happy Meal. And then the old man would go and take a bite of my burger and I'd get pissed. So, but that was something that made me so happy. So I was like, you know what? Let's do that. Like, I don't like to eat shitty food for the most part. Every now and then I'll do it because, I mean, who doesn't? And I'm like, you know what? Let's do that. So I went and got a Happy Meal and I got the coolest freaking toy ever, dude. Like, it's this little spacecraft thing with somebody in it, like a little cat. Oh God, is that a cat? Oh, I hate cats. Anyways, but if you push like the nose of this little aircraft looking thing, and if you're on YouTube watching this, you can see it. Like, the little capsule opens up so you can see the gato. And then it's got stickers and stuff you can put on it. It's really kind of cool. It's, you know, it's not like a little plush toy or any of that stuff. So I was kind of, I remembered as soon as I realized, like, yo, this little toy is really giving me so much joy right now. It's just a piece of plastic. But that's what I'm talking about, taking care of your little person, right? But I will say, guys, I wanted to personally say thank you to each and every one of you for sticking with us, sticking through this mission, sticking through my shenanigans, sticking through just everything. We got big plans coming up this year. Hopefully I can find the people I need in the right spot so we can launch something really big that I have been working on. We're going to start small and we're going to see how big we can grow. And in the meantime, I want to wish you and your families health, happiness. If you're in Texas, cold air. If you're in the Midwest, no more rain. If you're in California, yeah, you guys know what you need to pray for. And then on the East Coast, just take care of the fishermen out there, huh? And everybody worldwide that's listening, Australia. Dude, we got people in Australia. We got people in Europe. We got people all over the freaking place. I don't forget about you guys. Everywhere you are in this world, I want to send you nothing but love, support. And if you want to be on the show, if you're like, you know what, I want to shoot the shit with Pam. I want to just sit down and pick her brain. I want to just tell my story. You know, I think somebody needs to hear this. It doesn't have to be recorded, guys. As far as video, it doesn't have to be a video recording. We don't have to show your face. I mean, I'd love to see your face, but we don't have to show it. We can push out the audio and be done with it. You know, as far as the episode, I won't be done with you. But with that, I am looking forward to so much stuff. I will tell you, I've got a couple of oh shit goals. That's an ATF thing. When you have like those goals, you're like, oh shit. Call them oh shit goals. I've got quite a few for this year. One of them is being scuba diving with adaptive scuba. Another is wakeboarding. Another is jiu-jitsu. My buddy Neff. And mostly for mobility too. I mean, I can bite ankles pretty well. But, you know, keep the stretching and mobility up for my body on top of, you know, defense stuff. And there's something else and I can't remember. Those are the three big things. Oh, and I almost forgot. Shit, almost forgot. Was it last month? Last month, my buddy Derek invited me out to Heroes Ranch, which shout out to those guys out in Quitman, Texas. A couple hours east of Dallas. Freeman and his wife and the family and all the guys and girls out there. Heroes Ranch is a nonprofit for veterans, our families, and first responders. You know, to get us out there hunting and fishing and clay shooting and in these amazing state-of-the-art, literally like cabins they built from trees from their land. Like, this thing is nuts. And I went out there for a weekend with Derek and the guys, Neff and Randy, and those three guys got black buck. I got an access deer, which we've now nicknamed Fat Joe. This sucker had, I think they said he had head trauma or something because his rack was a little funky. So we knew, like, if we spotted him, like, we had to take him out. But here's what I wanted to share with you on that experience, guys. I had never been hunting. I don't even like hurt puppies or animals. I can't even bear to see like a Sarah McLachlan commercial. So I was very just apprehensive about like the whole thought of doing this, right? And what did help was Derek and the guys. They taught me, you know, like the animal is going to sacrifice itself to feed you, your family, and others. So you will treat it with dignity and respect from the first moment you see them through taking them out to, you know, serving them on your dinner table. You will show nothing but respect and love for this animal that gave its life up for you. And when I realized that, I'm like, I think I could do this. And I did. I shot Fat Joe. I will say there's a reason you need to know where to shoot and how to, like, where in the body you need to hit. Because if you don't, it is one of the most brutal deaths that you can possibly see right in front of you. And for it being my first kill and the most brutal death I've ever seen in front of me, I pray over him every time. And anytime I give his meat away to somebody, I ask that they pray or make a wish over him. And it's changed my life for the better. I am humbled. I am not all about trophy hunting or any of that shit. I think that's just brutal. And there's a special place in hell for poachers, let me just tell you that. So I want to make sure, you know, we do it. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. Because that shit humbles you so fast. And with that, I just want to say thank you to Heroes Ranch for having me out there and the guys. Check them out. I'll put a link down below. So yeah, that's what's been going on in my world, guys. I'm like all over the place and sprinkled in between our workouts with ATF and doctor's appointments. So yeah, your girl's been busy and I haven't forgotten about you. Just until I get a crew to help me do this stuff, it's gonna, just bear with me. I'm not going to wait. You gotta bear with me, guys. If you want real, raw, and heartfelt content from somebody who's going to be very transparent with you, you got it right here. But like I said, what you're not going to get is something that's fancy, foo-fooed up, trickery, all this stuff, you know, for likes or money or this or that, you know. And yeah, that's about it. And there's one last thing, but I said that like 2 things ago. So we're going to stop here, but hey, I hope you enjoyed this. It was just really fast, quick 20-something minutes episode. And again, I want to thank each and every freaking one of you who turns this show on, who gives me your time, your precious time out of your day from your friends, your family, and your time just in general. Thank you for giving me your time, because it means more to me, to us, this mission and this show, more than you will ever know. 1,000 thank yous aren't even good enough. 1,000,000 aren't even good enough for this. But thank you guys. So that's all I got. Go out there, be great, kick ass. Let me know what you think. And if you want to be on the show, let me know. Check Instagram. Go to what the hell's that called? Where your picture is and underneath it, your description. I have a LinkedIn link on there where you can email me to get on the show. You can find us on all major platforms. And yeah, if you think there's any improvements we can make on the show, let me know. I am so open to feedback. Just don't bash me, because I bash back and I don't want to look like a dick on social media, but if I have to, I will. I love you guys, so let's keep it clean, hey? Let's keep it clean. So anyways, with that, hope you enjoyed it. Something quick, something easy. Love you guys.